So you're thinking about moving to Haslet, Texas. Well, in this video, we're going to be talking about neighborhoods. We're going to take a look at 3 different price points and different neighborhoods in those price points to see if it's something you might like. Wow, this is a long intro. And if you stick around to the very end, we're going to show you one of the most unique homes in the area. A very expensive home. Yeah, you go.
If this is your first time to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to be the first to know what's happening in the Texas real estate market, go ahead and hit that bell.
Welcome to the channel. My name is Tom Jung.
And I'm Jack Lisenby.
And we're your local Dallas-Fort Worth real estate agents. If you are looking to buy or sell in the next few months or few days, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Phone call, email, text, all that stuff. Yeah, so Haslet. And if you haven't already, we've got a video on Haslet pros and cons. And just to summarize what's in that video,
Haslet's a place to live, and that's
yes.
about it.
A lot of houses, it's growing quick, great schools, definitely a good spot to be considering if you're looking to move this direction. Yeah. You're going to be just a little bit further of a drive from stuff, but not much, right? You're 10 to 20 minutes to get to good shopping, and then 30 to, is that what you said, 30, 35 to downtown Fort Worth?
Oh, yeah, you can get there within half an hour. I was accounting for traffic.
Okay, yeah, so great location, and if you did miss it, it's north of Fort Worth, so you drive straight up 35, past the Alliance area, boom, Haslet. So Haslet's pretty rural, except for like these subdivisions that they've been sticking in there, so and everything is pretty new, so that's mostly what we're going to be discussing here. It starts from about 300. I don't think there's much under 300 that you can find in Haslet.
No, it's very weird for how remote it is. The price points are very high. Like, there's some really nice looking communities, don't get me wrong. I think there's actually some sort of measuring competition between who's got the biggest entryway to the neighborhood, but like everything up there is dolled up so much.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice, and it's all new, and I think that's why a lot of the stuff's more expensive. But yeah, let's you want to kick it off with the 300,000 to 500,000 range? Yeah.
So 300,000 is a little difficult to find in this area, but if you've got about $500,000 to 300,000, there's a little.
You said that backwards.
Did I say that backwards? I'm sorry.
$500,000 to 300,000.
Yeah. Well, God. Like I said, it's been a long day, guys. So, in the $300,000 to $500,000 price range, there's a neighborhood right off the 187 that I've driven by way too many times and finally got a chance to swing by and check out, called North Star. Now, they started building this back in 2021. It was D.R. Horton and Meritage. They may recruit some other builders sometime in the future, but for right now, it's mostly just them.
I think History Maker and Riverside Home Builders is in there now.
Oh, they have? Okay, yeah. Cool. So there you go. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. North Star. So these houses, they range from about 1,650 square feet up to 3,600 square feet. So you get some good size options for the price point. They have 3 to 5 bedroom options, 2 to 4 bath. And these are fairly small lots. So you're looking at a sixth up to like a quarter of an acre. So like 0.15 to 0.3, I think, was the biggest one I was able to find out there. So you're definitely coming here for like the house itself. You're not going to have much room for anything but for the dog to go do its business. But they do come with like luxury vinyl, or most of them come with like a laminate, or I believe is the
luxury vinyl. Yeah, one or the other.
For the flooring, they have granite countertops. You're going to be getting fireplaces in some of them, but they all have brick siding, so they're going to last longer than some of these ones with the wood siding. But they are HOA, so you're going to make sure they're going to make sure that the neighborhood and the houses are all taken care of. They have their own middle school and elementary school as well, so the kids don't have to go far. They may even be able to walk depending on where your house is. And I think they're actually looking, like I think we said in our last video, they're looking to put in a high school in the area as well.
Yeah, and this is like total. I mean, this is like when I think production builder in the Fort Worth area, I mean, I think this is exactly what you're gonna get. It's,
yeah, they are pumping them out over there. Yeah. Like the number of houses in that area is just insane.
Yeah. But again, good value for a new home. So, and I think, yeah, you gave a pretty good big range on square footage. If you're looking over 3,000 square feet, can you find that under 500, or is that going to be, you're going to be borderline?
So yeah, some of those do peak over a little bit, because I think some of the more expensive houses they had in the area were like 515-ish.
Okay.
So yeah, you're going to pay a little bit more for those.
Okay, cool. So if you are sneaking over that 500,000 mark, we're going to be talking about the price range from about 500 to 700,000 and your options here. So there are actually quite a few neighborhoods that are going to be in this price range, and that's going to be, that's really the big thing. It's like you're shopping new home communities and builders, and all builders are a little bit different, the way that they operate, how they build their homes, and that sort of thing. So as always, I always recommend getting a real estate agent that knows new homes, you know, whoever that may be. But the Caraway is one of these neighborhoods. This one's going to be closer to 35, and these are going to be large homes. So a lot of them, oh wait, I'm sorry. Yep. This is Lennar, correct?
Yes.
Am I thinking the right one?
Yeah, Caraway,
okay, yeah.
As far as I know, it's just Lennar.
Yeah, so Lennar, Lennar has a lot of different products. You know, there's like neighborhoods where it's just like these tiny cookie cutter homes, and then this neighborhood's a little bit different. Most of these are pretty massive homes. A lot of the ones that I was looking at was over 3,000 square feet, so 3,000 to 4,000 square feet. 4 to 5 bedrooms, typically 3-car garages, sometimes 2, but typically 3. And they are on smaller lots as well. There are a little bit larger lots, but for the most part, they're going to be on like a fifth of an acre. And all the things that you would come to expect with a new home, that's going to be in that price range. The granite countertops, you know, the tall ceilings and all that kind of stuff. So it's a nice product. They don't really have any amenities in this neighborhood either. It seems to be a thing that there's just not a
they're really
ton.
pretty neighborhoods though. Like they go out of their way to make everything look really good, but they don't do. There's not like a lot of community parks or anything like that built into a lot of these either.
Yeah. Now the other thing too, so that's one option. The other option is if you go towards the northwest side of Haslet, like right up 287. So you're probably talking about, you know, from like the Alliance area or wherever you're going to, an extra 10 to 15 minutes. There's another neighborhood called the Highlands at Willow Springs, and for you know mid 6s to 700,000, you can get, you know, a house that was built in 2006 on an acre and a half. That's about 2,800 square feet, pool, workshop. I mean, a lot of space. So, you know, you can get something brand new that's a little bit bigger, or you can go a little bit further out and get something that's on, you know, some land. And the other nice thing about this too is if you do go a little bit further out, it's outside of city limits. So Haslet actually has pretty decently high taxes. When I say that, it's slightly above average, I guess. The couple communities I checked were about 2.9%, and if you're outside city limits like this other neighborhood, you're at 1.9. So, you know, on 600,000, that's $6,000 a year that you would be saving on taxes. So it may be worth the extra 10-minute drive, you know,
right?
Something to consider if you're looking for that Texas type house with some land and a pool. But anyways, that's all I got for the $500,000 to $700,000 range.
Okay. Well, we're gonna take a hop, skip, and a jump over to the lower side of 35, because if you've got about $700,000 to $900,000 for a house, there's a place called Watercress, and this is what I mean when I say I feel like they're just kind of one-upping each other for like their entryways, because like it has these two huge, as soon as you drive in, there's like this big marquee, these two big ponds, one of them with like this giant fountain and everything, and then a bunch of houses. But once you get past the initial presentation, you've got Perry and American Legend Homes that have kind of been fighting to sell more homes than the other, because they're like right next to each other, every single one of them. But these houses, they're about 2,200 to 4,800 square feet. Again, 4 to 5 bedrooms, 3 to 5 bath. You're sitting on about a quarter to half an acre. So very similar to the Caraway neighborhood. The difference is in the finish outs. And whenever I say finish outs, I mean like the countertops, the decorative accents, the hardware, stuff like that. That's where these guys shine, like where the actual money is being put into the house on these, because you're getting a much more polished product than you do at the lower price points. These guys, they've got like natural stone and brickwork on the facades. You've got these very modern fixtures, these wrought iron banisters and balconies and things of that nature. They all have fireplaces. A lot of them have these big covered patios. So you're getting like, you know, a lot more meat with your meal here. But it's also an HOA, and this one actually does have a cool amenity with the HOA. They've got the Hilltop Club, which is kind of like their clubhouse or whatever. But I got a chance to see some of the photos, and it's really cool because they've got like these little meeting rooms, and like it looks more like an event center than anything.
Oh, that's cool.
And I think it had like a bar, or like it looked like they had a little bar area. I don't think it actually had liquor there.
Yeah, a lot of times, like if you're having an event, you want to be able to serve, you know, hors d'oeuvres or drinks or whatever.
And it's gated, so you don't have to worry about people from these other loser communities coming in and trying to use your stuff. But they also have a walking trail as well, so you know you can walk around and see everyone else trying to you know, puff up their chest as big as these guys.
Yeah, apart from that, that pretty much sums up Haslet as far as the housing goes. So since you stuck around, I could not find a house that was cool enough to even talk about on here. Usually we do the most expensive house that sold over the last year. Well, we're gonna go just up the street to Roanoke, and there's a property. I just stumbled across this and I was like, this is so bizarre. It's probably one of the coolest like vintage type properties that I've seen, and I have no idea what the story behind it is, but it looks like so this thing's on 10 acres. It's got 5 buildings. It's on the market for $7.5 million, and it looks like it was definitely built by a dude.
Okay.
Like there was no wife involved in this, or no
beer pong and pool tables.
It's somebody that based on what I'm looking at, really likes cars. Okay. Because it's got 10 garage spaces, and I think 4 or 6 like a carport for
like RVs and stuff.
Yeah, well, it looked like it had some taller bays for RVs. It looked like it had 2 that were taller. Okay. But no, the cars for the regular carport. But just to give you an idea, I was going to have you look at these pictures before we started. But 7,400 square feet. It's
a lot.
Heated and cooled. Like when I first looked at it, I was like, is this a house or is this like a business? And it looks like it's somewhere in between. Just the way that the finish outs were, like there's like these... what I'm guessing is the living room. It was like painted concrete, and it had these beams running across it, and then it's like a lot of like glass and modern, you know, it was interesting. There was like a conference table, and then it looked like a garage where you work on cars, but it looked way too clean to actually.
I've seen those where it's like it looks like it could be this neo-modern room or something like that, but there's a car parked in it.
Yeah, and it's like, well, so do you guys actually work on cars or not? And so, anyways, but yeah, so like the kitchen was really cool. It was it was like this thick piece of stone for the countertops. Then the floors are painted, and it looks like, I don't know, sand swirling.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then the island is like diamond plated stainless steel.
Jeez.
Yeah, and the refrigerator was black with chrome accents.
I was like, this just sounds like a garage.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a race car driver's garage. Yeah. Had an orange oven, and no, it's really cool. It's just something you don't normally see. And then they had so the backyard, they've got, of course, they've got a covered patio that has electric screens that come down with heaters.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then it's got like a 4-tier pool and hot tub. Yeah, so it's like a hot tub up top, then pool, and then another pool, and then another pool down below it.
Dang.
Yeah, I know, it's nuts. And then they also have, and then there's like this whole other patio area with a bar and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like set up for entertaining.
I was gonna say, it sounds like this house is just sponsored by Tonka and like, that's ridiculous.
Or NASCAR. Like,
or yeah.
You know, NASCAR's not that far away. This would be like the ultimate place to hang out before the
speedway, right? I bet you this is one of those guys' getaway.
Probably. And it's also got a putting green. And then I couldn't figure out what this thing was, but I'm pretty sure it's a gun range. Because it wasn't that big, but there were 2 barrels sitting there, and I was like, I can't imagine what they're doing with 2 barrels.
Yeah, if it's just a big open space. You're in Haslet. I mean, like, your nearest neighbor's probably 10 miles away.
Well, it's got like these stone backdrops. So
okay, yeah, he probably put up like cinder blocks, filled them with sand or something.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. But yeah, dude, just crazy. And it's for sale. I don't know what you do with it. I'm like, this could be like a wedding venue type thing, but then I was like, I don't know. You know, I don't know that would actually work because there was nothing with like a cool backdrop, or I don't know if any of the buildings were actually big enough.
I don't know. Maybe they're just going for that liminal aesthetic and they want nothing in there. And so they just need big empty spaces.
I don't know, but it's cool. It's a really cool property. So if you're interested in it, give us a call. We'll take you on a tour. But other than that, I think that's all we got. As always, if you live here, please let us know if we missed anything that we should have hit as far as housing goes and all that. But apart from that, thanks for tuning in. As always, if you're looking to buy or sell, remember to keep calm. Call Tom.